Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is all set to meet the LG tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. before the Legislative Party meeting at 11 a.m. In fact, his official resignation as the Chief Minister of Delhi is expected to be handed over to the LG then. A series of meetings have already been held today, attended by senior AAP leaders like Manish Sisodia, Raghav Chadha, Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj. The biggest question at this point is who will be the next Chief Minister of Delhi? Will it be Atishi, who's been handling things for Arvind Kejriwal while he was in jail? Will it be Saurabh Bhardwaj, who's of course been the spokesperson for the Delhi government? Will it be Kailash Gehlot or Gopal Rai, who've been trusted ministers in the Delhi government? Or will it be a surprise? What is the AAP strategy ahead? And what does this mean for the battle for 2025 in Delhi? Joining us at this point is Joyita Basu, editor of the Sunday Guardian. We also have Priya Sehgal, editorial director of NewsX, live with us. Himanshu Bhatt, senior journalist, joins us live. Anurag Batra, chairman and editor-in-chief of Business World, is also live with us on the broadcast. Joyita Basu, let me bring you in here first. Firstly, what's your hunch, Joyita? Who will be the next Chief Minister of Delhi? And what are going to be the political ramifications of this decision that Arvind Kejriwal announced yesterday?
Well, I think if there was not a provision, the possibility of violating constitutional provision, because 6 months or 5, whatever, ahead of the elections, he cannot possibly make his wife Chief Minister. And anyway, the wife is not a MLA, so she does not have that kind of time to become an MLA. So the whole point, the whole point is that I'm certain if Kejriwal was taking a call on this, and if there were no problems in terms of violating certain conditions, he would have made the wife Chief Minister. But since he cannot make that, will Atishi be made Chief Minister? Well, then Atishi is a dominating figure. She is rising, and I'm certain Kejriwal would not like Atishi to be Chief Minister. So who is going to be Chief Minister? I think it is going to be a surprise pick. And from whatever we are hearing, that a Dalit face will be made Chief Minister. So that possibility is always there.
Okay, let me in fact quickly take that across to Anurag Batra as well. Anurag Batra, according to you, what are the political ramifications of this move by Arvind Kejriwal? Is this a smart decision given the fact that elections are around the corner, and perhaps this is a card that will be played in the campaign ahead? And what's your hunch? Who could be the next CM?
Ms. Basu has already laid out that the wife cannot be the CM, and hence somebody who's more acceptable. And it's a stopgap. In my view, there are 6 reasons. One is already outlined by Joyita why Mr. Kejriwal is doing this. One is the Supreme Court orders in effect bars him to function as the Chief Minister of Delhi. So he's making a necessity into a virtue. He wants to project himself as a martyr. That's the first one. Second is, by bringing a new face, he'll be able to dent the anti-incumbency. Third, there is a lot of pressure from the BJP, which he will turn to his advantage. Fourth, what he will also be able to do is to create sympathy. Fifth is, as February, the elections will due, so it's not much time. So, he'll be able to focus a lot on the election campaigning. 6, who will it be? I tend to agree with Ms. Basu that it won't be a person who has some persona, who has some standing, who has the ability to someday surprise Mr. Kejriwal on his or her own terms. So it possibly will be somebody very safe, who's possibly not known, because it's a figurehead in some way. It's not somebody who's, they're looking to come back, and in spite of AAP losing all the 7 seats in Delhi and not winning any of the seats, when it comes to the Delhi elections, AAP still will emerge as of today. I don't know elections when they will be. We'll be able to take a closer look closer to the election. But as of today, AAP will still come back with a majority. So anyone who's there for a stopgap has to be acceptable to Kejriwal, has to be loyal, and is really filling in the boots. And, I don't know who it will be, but in my view, it will be a surprise. It won't be a known face.
Okay, let me in fact quickly, take that across to Himanshu Bhatt as well. Himanshu Bhatt, is this a smart political move by Arvind Kejriwal, or was he left with no option after the stringent conditions imposed on him by the Supreme Court.
Yes, that's what you said, That's right. I think he's played the last dice. Before going to a political oblivion, if I might say so, he's played his last card. Now, whether it turns out to be a real joker in the game or not, that remains to be seen. But what I foresee, basically is if not his wife, see, technically there are so many things that she can't be elected and this and that and all. But then, he's always been a disruptive politician. Don't forget that fact, my friends. Since he came into the politics, you see the fate of Kumar Vishwas, Shashi Bhushan, Yogendra Yadav, Ashutosh, to name a few. How many people does he trust? And how many of his colleagues who are near and dear ones know him? See, that is a, political chameleonship which has drawn BJP and Congress equally towards him in so many things. And so, don't think that Arvind Kejriwal will not bring a big surprise. I'll not be surprised by that. So I'm putting it very clearly. Can you trust him? Or can people trust him? Is going to be the bone contention in selection of this, stopgap person. And for that, well, I don't know, if not his wife, who else? Certainly not Atishi. No. Not Raghav Chadda, and not certainly Swati Manyual.
That it won't be Kapil Mishra.
It won't be Kapil Mishra, yes, that's for sure. But then what I'm saying is, he's been a disruptive politician. Yeah, he said he'll not come into politics, and he came into politics and he's ruling Delhi. That's a fact of life. Let's accept that. So technically his
Okay, quick intervention by Joyita and then I'm coming back to you, Mansh. Yes.
I have a name possibility. I think it could be Rakhi Birla. She is the deputy speaker right now. So I would not be surprised if it is Rakhi Birla.
Okay. Himanshu.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm saying is it's been disruptive politics. That's what he's been doing. And he's saying, he'll bring a new brand of politics. If he continues with his traits, I'll not be surprised, if he says, my wife will be that. Well, technically he can't be. She can't be. We know all that. But then she could be a super chief minister. That could be a surprise who is not known and, she can do. And which he can also do. And that's what he's going to do. Because I'm not ready to believe that Arvind Kejriwal will do it any other way. So this is his last card. And he's playing it smartly. And he's played it. Now it remains to be seen what does Delhi people say about it.
Okay.
That's what is my contention.
Okay. Let me take that to Priya Sehgal. Priya Sehgal, of course, the people of Delhi will be speaking early next year. Arvind Kejriwal, though, wants elections advanced. Whether that happens or not, we'll have to wait and watch. But what's your interpretation of this move by Arvind Kejriwal? What is likely to be its political impact? And do you have a hunch who could possibly be his successor tomorrow?
Well, Uday, thank you for having me on the show. No, I am, I agree that he is a disruptor, so the name that will come up would be a surprise. But the choices are there, I think we've listed all the choices from Atishi to Sunita Kejriwal to what Joyita said, Rakhi Birla perhaps. I don't think he will go for Raghav Chadda because there has been a breach of trust, faith between them over the Rajya Sabha election post that. So I am not, and the time that Raghav Chadda took to come back from London and show his solidarity when Kejriwal was in jail. So it's not someone with ambition. Atishi has shown that she can be a loyal soldier. She can take orders. So I think of all these names, Atishi would be, I would put Atishi ahead of the others. Sunita Kejriwal, of course, he trusts her implicitly. But, he's also been raising the fact that Aam Aadmi Party is different and the charge of nepotism. So keeping all that in mind, it will be someone they can control. Someone that, there will be a super CM, which will be Arvind Kejriwal and possibly his wife. But given all the things, I think Atishi, being a woman, she's also kept her track record clear in terms of a minister, in terms of PWD, in terms of education. I think her image is okay. She's not, so far she hasn't exceeded her brief or shown that she has ambitions beyond what Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia have in mind for her. So I have a feeling it would be Atishi out of all the names that have been discussed so far. Having said that, his release also raises some questions today about the Haryana elections. Don't forget that the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party now don't have a tie-up in Haryana. There is some speculation, the conspiracy theorists say that he's been released in time to split the anti-BJP vote, which will be split between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party. So that possibility is also there. Arvind Kejriwal's potential for being a troublemaker, mischief maker is beyond Delhi. I agree with you. He will want elections in earlier, but the government is not going to give in to his whims. They'll do either governor's rule or go with the nominee appointed by Kejriwal. Elections will probably be in January because the BJP also has to get its own house in order. So I don't see the elections being any time sooner. Uday.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also take that back to Anurag Batra. Anurag Batra, now the BJP of course is claiming vindication. They are saying this is what they wanted all along. And Arvind Kejriwal was of course left with no choice but to resign after the stringent conditions imposed on him by the Supreme Court, making him a virtual CM without signing power. But Arvind Kejriwal of course now playing the certificate of the people card, saying when the people give me a certificate of cleanliness and honesty in the next election, only then will I return. Now interestingly, by then the final court verdict may not be out in the case giving him a clean chit. But he's saying if the people give me that verdict, I will be back in the chair. So is the BJP gaining political advantage by saying that their stand is vindicated? Or do you believe this certificate of honesty card by Arvind Kejriwal could put him in the advantage position in the next Delhi polls?
There are many ifs and buts there, Uday. One thing is very, very clear. I said it, and I would agree with Mr. Bhatt that Mr. Kejriwal has surprised us from time to time, whether you call it theatrics or disruption or smart politicking or to learn from the Prime Minister himself. I must tell you, 2 years back, the Prime Minister launched the Har Ghar Tiranga and Kejriwal launched a similar scheme. In fact, if you were in Delhi, you couldn't figure out whether it is the Prime Minister's scheme or the Delhi CM scheme. So he has copied a lot of things from the BJP's playbook. But I must point out three things. One is, even before the Lok Sabha elections, in May, the AAP cadre and the AAP spokesperson said that, the people will, let's see what the people say. Clearly in the Lok Sabha election, which are different than the local Delhi elections, let me say that, let me put a qualifier there. But the fact is, Aam Aadmi could not win a single seat. So clearly people have spoken, at least in the past, hasn't kind of stood out. Second, Ms. Sehgal brought out the Haryana angle, and there is a Maharashtra election, there is a Haryana election, and there is also the election in another important state. But in Haryana, the AAP has sizable following. Now, the tie-up with the Congress has not happened. And again, when his bail was announced, the courts work independently, let me say that. But the fact is he got the bail and we were kept thinking, why did he get the bail now, right? What is the reason? Now, we don't know. As Priya said, we don't know. But the fact is, AAP is a crucial factor in the Haryana. If Congress and AAP come together, then it will dent the BJP and it will make sure that together they can. And the last point, see, let me tell you that I said it in the opening, Kejriwal is the tallest political leader in Delhi right now, across parties. You take the Congress, you take the BJP. Unless until the Congress and the BJP bring credible faces and also are able to do ticket distribution smartly, AAP will come back. It may get lesser votes, but as of today, I don't know about 3 months from now, 4, 5 months from now, but as of today, AAP will come back with a majority. That's my view. Back to you today.
Okay, then let me quickly ask Himanshu Bhatt, before I come back to Joyita, on the Haryana impact as well. You spoke about the Delhi impact briefly earlier. What about the Haryana impact? Is the AAP a major political player in Haryana or not, according to Himanshu? And also, what is Arvind Kejriwal's release going to mean for the AAP campaign going ahead? Because he is going to be going on ground and campaigning very, very soon against the BJP, but also against the Congress in the state.
He says himself, Kejriwal himself says, मैं हरियाणा का लाल हूं, मैं हरियाणा का बेटा हूं, मेरी बात सुन लो जी. And people will listen, see, it's something like this. 2022 Gujarat elections, please try and recollect. AAP got just 14% vote and 5 seats only. But it resulted in a landslide on one side of 156 seats for BJP. And Congress, that traditionally used to have 42% vote, came down to 26%. So it became evident. Yes, the situations are not similar in Gujarat and Haryana, I do agree. But then Haryana, on a part of Haryana, certain seats of Haryana, 20 to 25 seats of Haryana, AAP has a sizable following. And that, difference of 5 to 6% in a small assembly segment, in a small assembly like Haryana with 90 seats just, will tilt the balance towards one side very, very heavily. And that, this very clear, Rahul Gandhi, when he said we'll give 20 seats, somebody must have told him, he agreed to it, and then he went off to US. That's a problem. And now there is absolutely no alliance. So just imagine Aam Aadmi Party getting anything in between 5 to 10% of vote in Haryana in total will result in a landslide to BJP in a small 90 house, assembly. I'm looking at it very, very clearly and objectively. And 2022, we saw that because we Gujaratis did not believe that BJP will win 156 seats. But that happened because Aam Aadmi Party was number 2 in 44 of the 182 seats that they contested. See, this end results, it works that way. And when I look at this, I find it very, very interesting timing that right now Kejriwal will go all across Haryana. मैं हरियाणा का बेटा हूं जी, and please look after me.
Okay, Joyita coming in. Yes, go ahead, Joyita.
Well, when you are looking at Haryana, first of all, how serious is Kejriwal about Haryana, except for basically eating into Congress's vote? And right now, if you look at what is happening, I would say Congress supporters in particular and political analysts who tend to go with the Congress, they are very upset and calling Aam Aadmi Party already the B team of RSS. Okay, so when you are looking at it from that perspective, I do agree that yes, there is a possibility that there will be a serious vote cutting, and that is the reason why I think that is one of the reasons, or that is the primary reason that why, AAP never went into an alliance with Congress, because it does not want to give Congress any space in Delhi. As far as Kejriwal is concerned, his focus is solely on Delhi. Everything it's about Delhi. And you see, it is because he knows that there is a big chance of his party coming back to power, which he will, I think. Yeah, I agree that, maybe with a lower margin, with a fewer seats and all, but he is likely to come back to power. And now this whole drama about this Agni Pariksha, this vote is about people's certificate, to me, is all about becoming chief minister again and refusing to resign, saying that I have got the people's certificate. I don't care about what the court says. So what, he may have to go back to jail after the vote. And the thing is that he will say he doesn't need to resign because he has got the people's certificate, Legal process does not matter. So since yesterday, I'm hearing all the Aam Aadmi Party spokespeople, everybody from every platform, they are talking about this impending election as people's certificate to Kejriwal. Okay, so this is what they're thinking ahead. And in this people's certificate to Kejriwal, they do not want Congress anywhere near Delhi. So, frankly, if they are going out, that is also one of the reasons why this, so-called deal between Congress and AAP fell apart in Delhi, Haryana, because Kejriwal was never serious about it.
Okay. Let me take that back across to Priya Sehgal as well. Priya Sehgal, now, do we expect governance to be back in Delhi? If once a new person is in the chair of chief minister, can actually attend physical meetings once again at the secretariat, can actually sign files himself or herself once again, or is this LG CM battle going to continue for the last few weeks of this, of this Kejriwal 2.0 term as well? Because the fact is, that Delhi elections are around the corner, but this new CM will have about 4 or 5 months to govern Delhi before the elections are announced and model code of conduct comes in. Do we expect governance to be back post this new successor announcement, or will the clash continue?
On paper, yes, governance will be back, but Kejriwal functions best when he is in agitation mode, or I would say quote unquote opposition mode. He is best when he's agitating and arguing and taking on the LG. That's the semantics he's going to go on, because in a few months they can't deliver very much. Also, they can just make a couple of announcements, which I'm sure they will. But in terms of delivery, I think he's going to be delivering narratives rather than actual projects, because there is not enough time, honestly. So he will be lending the narrative that the LG and the Delhi and the BJP government at the center tried to stop him from working. They jailed him, or the LG was interfering at every step. So expect to hear a lot more of that narrative coming up. They will try and pass and announce whatever they can to show that they were not against governance. But more than that, it is really the Delhi elections are going to be his focus, and that's this whole his coming out, the whole narrative is going to be aimed at what he's going to be taking to the people in Delhi. In terms of Haryana, I agree, he's not interested in the election, but yes, he will be a vote cutter for the Congress, and that is why I believe the Haryana leaders, Congress leaders themselves were against the alliance as much as the Aam Aadmi Party is against the quid pro quo in Delhi. So it suited both the leaders.
Absolutely, I was just going to come to that, Priya. What happens to the Congress then in Delhi? Is an alliance virtually ruled out then in Delhi? And also, where does this leave the Congress vis-a-vis their position on the excise scam and on Arvind Kejriwal? While some of their leaders, of course, have targeted the government on the excise scam, others have actually shown their support. We all remember how Arvind Lovely, who's now in the BJP, and Sandeep Dikshit had actually gone in a show of strength the day Mr. Kejriwal was arrested in this case.
No, the excise scam was launched by the Congress against the Aam Aadmi Party. They were the ones who brought it out.
Yes. But interestingly, they spoke out against his arrest when it actually happened, because they were in alliance for the Lok Sabha. So where does this leave
under duress?
Yeah, under duress. Where does this leave the Congress, Himanshu, for the Delhi elections?
Where does it leave the BJP, if I may just come in quickly, Uday?
Where does it leave the BJP and the Congress?
That's a more interesting question.
Yeah, where does it leave the BJP and the Congress? Himanshu and Priya.
I'm hearing Smriti Irani's name, Uday, coming in from the BJP.
For BJP, okay. Himanshu and Priya, yes. Where does it leave the BJP and the Congress?
I'll tell you, for BJP, it's going to be a dark horse, like Nupur Sharma coming out.
Nupur Sharma?
Yes.
But I agree with Priya.
You might laugh at it because BJP always consolidates a certain type of vote in the battle stage.
No. I don't think Nupur Sharma.
I look at it that way. And I'll not be surprised, why she was held back so much.
No.
When she could have been given a ticket somewhere in Uttar Pradesh, and, she's held back. So I'll not be surprised that if people, what I'm saying is that type of person. I'm not saying Nupur Sharma as such. What I'm saying is that ideology that BJP will go back to, as far as Delhi is concerned.
Okay, Priya Sehgal, then Joyita Basu.
No, I disagree with him in terms of ideology also, because Delhi is the capital. You don't want a radical divisive person in Delhi, because this is also there is a lot that comes up. You want a governance face, you want a person with heft, and all these, and there is a lot of middle class over here. There is, in terms of voting, there is a professionals. Delhi has its own character of vote also. It's not just vote banks. So I don't think it'll be Nupur Sharma. I still think it'll be Smriti Irani or someone of that character, not Nupur Sharma's level.
I'll tell you something that people
Joyita coming back in.
No, I agree totally with Priya. Because when she wrote Kulbri's item for Sunday Guardian, that name really struck me, Smriti Irani, as a real logical choice for BJP. Because you see, when you are looking at Nupur Sharma, she will come with too much. I mean, okay, fine. I mean, she has become a face of, how a woman with a Hindutva viewpoint has been kind of...
She's popular on social media.
She's popular. But then you see, beyond social media, no one knows Nupur Sharma.
Yeah.
So when you are looking at Smriti Irani is the person, someone who defeated Rahul Gandhi. And she's so, and she has...
And she's a Delhi girl.
She's a Delhi person and all these things. So I totally agree with Priya that, yes, there is a strong possibility. I mean, it would make sense, and in fact, it would be intelligent on part of the BJP to field her.
Okay, I'm running out of time. Yes,
Himanshu.
Himanshu, 20 seconds, yes.
Yes, it's something like this. After 240 from 303, There is a course correction as far as BJP is concerned. And a core vote bank of BJP always wants everything based on the predominantly Hindutva-based agenda. And don't forget, Delhi has a character, yes, but at the same time, Delhi has thousands and lakhs of illegals that the middle class itself wants to get it out. They want to make Delhi a better city. And that's going to be a fight there.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.